students, welcome to this session on the topic sequence patterns and profiles. The main objectives of this module are to understand the basic concept and definition of sequence patterns, motifs and profiles, to explore various types of pattern recognitions and representations, and also to familiarize various tools and databases associated with conserved domains. Before moving to the details, let us discuss the significance of sequence motifs in genome annotation. The completion of Human Genome Project in 2003 is noted as important discovery ever made in the history of molecular biology. A steadfast advancement in sequencing technology has resulted in a flow of abundant sequence data to the biological world, which promises to harbor the blueprint of human life. Therefore, huge data generated has now thrown challenge in exploring related functions of these sequences that regulates living system. Therefore, making sense of sequenced genomes or genome annotation is the momentous yet interesting pursuits in the years to come. Genome annotation involves identification of gene products, functional and physical characteristics of gene products, and finding out the overall metabolic profile of the organism. Numerous strategies have been adopted to annotate protein coding genes and other important genome encoded features. Annotation that involves sequence similarity search forms a powerful tool for discovering biological function, and comparative sequence analysis can be used to understand the functional and structural aspects of genomes, transcriptomes and proteins. Sequence patterns, profiles or motifs helps to find functions for new sequences or to group them in families or subfamilies. Briefing the concept, motifs are conserved regions of protein or DNA and they often contain important features. Patterns are qualitative description of motifs based on regular expression like syntax, and profiles are quantitative motif description using weight matrix syntax. Now, let us see sequence patterns in detail. In general terms, a pattern is defined as a recurring thing in something. At bioinformatics grounds, a sequence pattern is a region of short conserved sequence having functional importance which is repeatedly found in a number of related sequences. A pattern or signature also represents the common characteristics of a sequence family or a multiple sequence alignment. Similarities between sequences may reveal information of shared biological functions or evolutionary relationships of a sequence family. Now, let us see pattern in detail. Suppose a multiple sequence alignment is done for a number of related sequences. In the following figure, it is 4 and conserved region will be aligned in this manner and is an example of a sequence pattern. Now, let us move to motifs. While aligning protein sequences, it is often apparent that certain regions or specific amino acids are more conserved than others. Such regions are often conserved because they encode a part of the protein that is functionally important. The term motif is used to refer to a stretch of a protein or nucleotide sequence that is associated with a particular biological function. For example, a region of a protein that binds ATP is called an ATP binding motif. Since these regions are conserved, they may be recognized by the presence of a particular sequence of amino acids, and this is an example of a pattern. A pattern is thus a qualitative description of a motif in terms of amino acid sequence. Sequence motifs are short recurring patterns in DNA or protein that are presumed to have a biological function and have become increasingly important in the analysis of gene regulation. The abundance of both computationally and experimentally derived sequence motifs and their growing usefulness in defining genetic regulatory networks and deciphering the regulatory program of individual genes make them important tools for computational biology in the post-genomic era. Motifs may either be protein sequence motifs or DNA sequence motifs. What are DNA sequence motifs? Conserved DNA sequence fingerprints or motifs usually contain functionally important elements. Often they indicate sequence-specific binding sites for proteins such as nucleases, receptors and transcription factors. Others are involved in important processes at the transcriptomic level, including ribosome binding, mRNA processing like splicing, editing or polyadenylation and transcription termination. Most celebrated example happens to be the Tata promoter sequence, which is a highly conserved DNA sequence motif found in eukaryotes. Here we can find the Gal4 binding motif in the following genes Gal3, Gal7, Gal10, etc. The conserved consensus sequences CGG N of 11 CCG. N of 11 indicate any residue at these 11 positions, and Gal4 is a protein which is a positive regulator for the gene expression of the galactose induced genes such as Gal1, Gal2, Gal7, Gal10, which code for the enzymes used to convert galactose to glucose. This protein recognizes a 17 base pair sequence motif in the upstream activating sequence of these genes. Now let us see what are protein sequence motifs. The metabolism is catalyzed by proteins. A protein's ability to catalyze is determined by the surface it presents to compounds in the cell. After a protein is built from a protein encoding gene, it is folded into a compact shape filled with pockets that serve as docking sites or enzyme active sites for the compounds to be metabolized. A motif is a small part of the protein's amino acid sequence that plays an important role in the functioning of the pocket. Protein motifs usually exist in amino acids that are consistently found at enzyme active site. This figure depicts the alignment of 11 ATP or GTP binding proteins, and the consensus sequence is derived as GXO4 GKT. Now that we have seen DNA and protein motifs in detail, let us have a look at the uses of motifs. The presence of a particular motif within a protein sequence can be used to suggest the functions for uncharacterized proteins. A number of databases have been constructed in an attempt to describe particular protein motifs in terms of patterns and profiles. They allow searching for patterns or profiles that are indicative of particular functional motifs within a query protein. Yet another significance of motifs is its use as a novel drug target. Certain bacterial or disease causing organisms' enzyme motifs responsible for binding to human targets promises to be novel drug targets. One such example is a sequence motif detected for NADP binding proteins found only in enzymes essential for bacterial fatty acid biosynthesis. This unique 3D motif serves as an attractive novel drug target as it is conserved across many disease causing bacterial species and is not found in human proteins. Now let us move to the subtopic profile. The concept of a profile extends the concept of a motif, which allows a quantitative description of a motif by assigning probabilities to the occurrence of a particular amino acid at each position of a motif. Profiles are quite simple, a numerical representation of the multiple sequence alignment. Embedded within a multiple sequence alignment is intrinsic sequence information that represents the common characteristics of that particular collection of sequences, frequently a protein family. By using a profile, one can use these embedded common characteristics to find similarities between sequences with little or no absolute sequence identity, and further allowing for the identification and analysis of distantly related proteins. Thus, profiles can be used to describe very divergent motifs. A position specific scoring matrix or PSSM, also known as position specific weight matrix or PSWM, or position weight matrix PWM, is a sequence profile commonly used for representation of motifs or patterns in biological sequences. Thus, PSSM gives a quantitative description of a sequence motif. The position weight matrix was introduced by American genetist Gary Stormo and colleagues in 1982. Unlike deterministic patterns, profiles assign a score to a query sequence and are widely used for database searching. A simple PSSM has as many columns as there are positions in the alignment, and either 4 rows, one for each DNA nucleotide, or 20 rows, one for each amino acid. The score for jth nucleotide or of position k or mkj can be calculated as log of pkj by pj, where pkj probability of nucleotide j at position k and pj is the background probability of nucleotide j. Now, let us make this concept more clear by taking a case study, that is by computing the transcription factor by inside PSSM. Here we have aligned 10 sequences and each sequence consists 13 residues. So, the alignment count matrix can be calculated as follows, and the consensus sequence derived is CC, ACT, AAT, TT, NG, NA, ATA. Score for the jth nucleotide of at position k, mkj, is calculated as log pkj by pj, but pkj is ckj plus pj by z plus 1, and so mkj is log of ckj plus pj by z plus 1 by pj, where ckj is the number of j type nucleotide position k and z is the total number of aligned sequences, where pj is the background probability of nucleotide j and pkj is the probability of nucleotide j at position k. And we can calculate the alignment matrix ckj as follows, where when k equals 1 and j equals a, mkj is log of 0 plus 0.25 by 10 plus 1 by 0.25, which is equal to minus 2.4. Taking the scores and finding the PSSM, mkj can be calculated and the following PSSM is derived. Now, let us score a query sequence, where the query sequence is CCTA, TTTA, GGATA. The PSSM can be calculated and the query score can be derived as 11.9. To find if the query sequence matches the DNA sequence profile, heuristic threshold for the match has to be calculated. Following the method in Harbinson et al. At 2004, which came in Nature 431, 99 to 104 pages, heuristic threshold for match is equal to 60% of maximum score. Here we can find the maximum score as 13.8. Thus, heuristic threshold for match is equal to 0.6 into 13.8, which is equal to 8.28. Since query sequence score was 11.9, this query is a potential transcription factor binding site. For protein profiles calculated with the average score method, the score for a column is taken from the average scores obtained from a substitution matrix like Blossom 62. Sequence profiles are thus essentially patterns where each position in the sequence of the segment or motif has been assigned a probability value for each possible amino acid or nucleotide residue type. Instead of requiring a yes or no response to the question, does the amino acid in the sequence fit the pattern, we now get a response, it fits at a level of 0.9 or it fits at a level of 0.1. The overall idea is to make the process softer and quantized. The soft responses may be added together to an overall sum and a decision is taken. PSSMs can be created using SciBLAST, which finds similar protein sequences to the query sequence and then constructs a PSSM from the resulting alignment. Alternatively, PSSMs can be retrieved from the NZBI conserved domain database, since each conserved domain is represented by a PSSM that encodes the observed substitutions in the seed alignments. These conserved domain records can be found either by text searching in interest conserved domains or by using RPS BLAST or reverse position specific BLAST, also known as a CD search, to locate these domains on an input protein sequence. Now let us move on to the topic types of pattern representations. There are many ways to represent a recurring sequence pattern consensus, regular expression or prosite type and profiles. One of the easiest ways is to use regular expressions, and one of the most popular one is prosite format or syntax. Prosite patterns allow representing simple motifs using a format easily readable and interpreted by human brain. This syntax has been standardized by the Prosite Data Bank, which stores several known motifs in different formats available to the scientific community. Here you can see an example of a prosite syntax, the pattern A C X V X of 4 E D. This is interpreted as alanine or cysteine in the first position, any residue in the second position, valine in the third position, any residue in the next 4 positions, and any residue but not glutamic acid or aspartic acid in the last position. ACVED, they are standard one letter code for amino acids. X indicates any amino acid. Square braces indicates residues allowed at the position, and curly braces indicates the residues forbidden at the position, and repetition of a pattern element are indicated in parentheses. X of n or X of nm is used to indicate the number or range of repetition. Hyphen indicates the separation of each pattern element, and less than symbol indicate the N-terminal restriction of the pattern, greater than symbol indicate a C-terminal restriction of the pattern, and a full stop indicates that the period ends the pattern. Now let us see the advantages and disadvantages of prosite patterns. The advantages of prosite patterns are that they are relatively fast, straightforward and easy to represent, read and understand. Also, databases with large number of protein and DNA sequence patterns are available. However, the major drawback of prosite is that these patterns are just qualitative description and lose information about the relative frequency of each residue at each position. Example, a GAV versus 0.6 G, 0.28 A and 0.12 V. The relative ratio at which these residues are present in the sequences cannot be specified by the prosite syntax GAV inside the square bracket. It is also cumbersome to write and represent complex and subtle sequence motifs using regular expressions. Let us see sequence logo. Following is a graphical representation of the consensus sequence and is called a sequence logo. The height of different letters at the same position is proportional to their frequency in motifs. The better the base conservation is at that position, the higher the letters will be. Now we can see major pattern examples, post-translational signatures which include protein splicing signature and tyrosine kinase phosphorylation site. Another is DNA RNA interaction signatures which include the histone H4 signature and the P53 signature. And enzymes signatures include L-lactate dehydrogenase active site and ubiquitin activating enzyme signature. Now let us move to protein family resources. There are many biological databases. that record examples of protein families and allow users to identify if newly identified proteins belong to a known family. Here are a few examples. PFAM. PFAM is a protein family database of alignment and HMMs or hidden Markov models. ProSite, which is a database of protein domains, families and functional sites. PERSF or superfamily classification system, and PAS2, which is protein alignment as structural superfamilies. Superfamily database is a library of HMMs representing superfamilies and database of annotations for all completely sequenced organisms, and SCOPE and CAT are classifications of protein structures into superfamilies, families and domains. So, we have seen in detail the concept of sequence patterns, profiles or motifs. We have seen the uses of motifs and their importance in genome annotation in the post-genomic era, and also an attempt has been made to cover the various types of pattern recognitions and representations and major databases of conserved domains. This session will be soon followed by a practical session in detail. But before moving to the practical session, please try to answer the following questions. Distinguish between pattern, profile and a motif. Second one, explain the ProSite syntax with an example. Collect the major conserved domain databases with their web URL. References. Decision Support System for the Evolutionary Classification of Protein Structures by Holm L. and Sanders C. Published by Intel System Molecular Biology 5th edition 140 to 146. EMPNet course by Marco Pagni and Lorenzo Cerruti and Lorenza Bordoli, Swiss Institute of Bioinformatics. Bioinformatics Methods and Applications by S.C. Rastogi and Parag Rastogi and Namita Mendelita. Published by Genomics, Proteomics and Drug Discovery 3rd edition. Hope the session on this topic, sequence patterns and profiles, was useful to you, and see you next time. Until then, bye.